One thing that every SDR should know is that the biggest differentiating factor in the whole sales process sometimes are you guys. You are the first impression that is of the company, that is of the product. And that's why it's just literally absolutely important that you are at your best in every call, in every meeting that you're doing, right? Because many times we all buy just because of the person that we're interacting with. Of course, the product matters and the company matters, but the person who represents that matters a lot. I think that's one of the things where vFairs, even though when we were a small company, we did really well. We had a lot of product gaps, but when they were talking to our salespeople, when they were talking to people that represented vFairs, they're just like, we just want to work with you guys. We know that, you can solve some of those problems in the future, but, just right. Being, part of what you guys represent is something that they care about. After you're done with your call, I think the job does not finish over there. How well do you follow up? How well you craft that email that goes right after you are done with the demo? How do you deal with objections? All of those things matter a lot. And in SaaS world, even if the customer has paid you, that's not the end of the journey. That's where the journey actually starts. No SaaS company is going to be meaningful or is going to have any valuation or will be of any value if the same client won't pay you next year or won't expand their business with you. So once you're done with your sale, you should celebrate, but that's where your job actually begins, because you have to now serve that customer with the commitments, with the promises that you have made, so that they come back to you for renewal and so forth. I always recommend any salesperson that even if you want to call someone, make sure that you have already emailed them, right? Because at least then on the call, if they are busy, you can say that, by the way, I would appreciate if you can check my email. So you at least have something to relate to. Especially if I have already read your email, and if someone is then calling me, if I have seen that Rahul has sent me a LinkedIn message or have emailed me, and now if I pick up the phone and say, this is Rahul from XYZ company, I can quickly relate to it. And I can say, oh, I'm sorry, I'll get back to you on that one. So if you want to call, which is totally fine, that's what an SDR job is, always make sure that you're calling and have a reference of the mail or the email that you've already sent. So I think that's just going to be always helpful. We went through this growth by not having even a single outbound person. All of our sales is generated through inbound. So it's people who want to sign up with vFairs, who like vFairs service, who have heard about vFairs from, from online world or from their social circle. They will go ahead and they will sign up with vFairs, because they are of the opinion that if we want to have this problem solved with vFairs, they have this great trust that not only the problem will be solved, it will be solved with, with no worries, with a smile on everyone's face, right? So it all starts with a subject line. Make the subject line very, very clear of what exactly you're trying to achieve. If it's going to be hey or just your company name, most of them I'm not going to open that if I don't know your name, right? But if it's about increase your server size, or like something that can resonate with me, then that's at least will help me open that email, because you somehow have touched that nerve where you look like someone who can solve the problem that I might be in right now, or the company might need help in. So I think just be very, very, take your time to craft that one email, because again, sending one email to 100 people, it's better that you spend all of that time sending one really good email to one really good prospect, because the likelihood of your conversion is going to be far better over here.
How can they ensure that what you're saying is in sync with what is going to happen? So when you say you're going to take care of employees, how can employees find that beforehand? If I'm being honest, I don't trust the Glassdoor reviews, okay? Sure. And I'm sure that's the case with a lot of other people, a lot of other employees I talk to. So yeah, if you can maybe throw some light on that, I think that'll help everybody.
No, I think that's a very fair question. And see, we even get that question from our customers as well, that, how would we know that you will actually take care of our take care of us as a customer, right? And I typically just tell them that, see, the only way to validate that is either of them. We can give you, again, references of customers and you can talk to them, right? So again, you can handpick any of our customers. They are typically on a website. You can go and Google and you can just type vFairs. You will see, hundreds of customers. You yourself can talk to any of them, or we can provide you references in that particular country, in that particular segment, and so forth. See, the only way any one of us can find out and be 100% sure about it is by talking to people. That's the only way. There's no other way, right? And from our side, again, on LinkedIn, there are hundreds of employees of vFairs. You can reach out to any employee of vFairs.